Welcome back. You know, it's something that affects everyone at some point, at any age. We're talking about hearing loss today and some of the new devices that are out there right now to help you with that. So joining us right now from All American Hearing, we have Chrissy Pease. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and like I was saying, you know, I think it affects people of all ages, and maybe sometimes people either think, oh, it's just, you know, not an issue, something I don't need to address, or maybe they're in denial about what's happening.
Right.
But it's very important that people address this,
Absolutely.
and the earlier the better.
Absolutely. You know, it's recommended by the Surgeon General that people be tested. They have their hearing tested, you know, from the age of 50 on up at least once a year, because the early detection of hearing loss is key to, you know, the rehabilitation of your hearing.
Right.
Most people wait on average 7 to 10 years to get help, even after they know they have a hearing loss. And in that time, you know, you lose more hearing.
Right, because I would think most people would think 50 would be, oh, that's too young.
It's actually not.
It doesn't happen until later in life.
No, and that's definitely not the case, because, you know, I am 47 and I wear hearing aids myself. So I do know that hearing loss happens to people of all ages. And again, it's just very, very important to make sure that you call up and you get your hearing tested. You make an appointment somewhere and you do it from the age of 50 on up.
Yeah, and up. And what are some of the signs? What were some of the signs or symptoms you were having?
Well, you know, one of the biggest things is, you know, if someone's telling you constantly that you can't hear, it's probably a symptom. You know, the biggest things that I see, or the things that I noticed, was having to turn the television up louder than normal. That's a big sign. When you hear a conversation but you don't actually understand what's being said, that's a huge sign of hearing loss. Absolutely.
And is there anything like ringing in the ear or anything like that?
That's ringing in the ear is something different. It usually goes in conjunction with a hearing loss. And so, yeah, if you have ringing in the ears, you should absolutely get that checked as well.
Yeah. And so you are 47 now, and a young 47, and I'm sure you were stunned when you found out. You've been in the industry for 20 years and found out you had a hearing problem. How has that worked out? Because I know there's a huge vanity issue with women.
There's a huge vanity issue, and you know, to be perfectly honest, now that I'm wearing the hearing aids, vanity to me is not an issue, because first of all, I don't think you can even see that I'm wearing them. To me, I think it's more important to be the person in the room that can hear the conversation rather than the person in the room that's always saying, can you repeat? That to me is more noticeable than wearing a device that's, you know, fairly undetectable. And so, you know, as far as the benefits of wearing the hearing aids, you know, I never realized how much I was missing. You know, the two things that I have noticed is, you know, actually watching a TV show with my family on a Sunday night where I'm not having to asking them to turn the TV up. My hearing aids that I wear actually dial in wirelessly to the TV through a device here, and so the sound actually goes from the TV to my hearing aids.
That's amazing.
So I can use my remote and listen to it as loud as I would like, and it doesn't affect my family at all.
What a really cool device.
It's really cool. And then the other thing, I think that we travel a lot. We take a lot of road trips. I never noticed I was missing my kids speak in the back seat as much as I was, and so I've taken 2 really long trips this summer with my new hearing aids, and it's great.
Yeah,
you know, I hear them the first time.
The first time. I mean, that's hard for most people to hear what's going on in the back seat.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you can. And like we were saying, the devices have really come a long way.
They have.
You know, I know Haley was saying her grandmother never wanted to wear her hearing aid because it was so bulky, but look at these things.
Yeah,
tiny.
Yeah, I mean, and there's obviously there's different models, different types. The ones that I wear are more like these. They go behind your ear, still undetectable. You know, in my opinion, vanity should not be an issue. They've come such a long way with colors and styles, and you know, just it's amazing.
It's like you're in the Secret Service. And so you guys have an open house coming up where people can come in and get a free exam.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have we're going to have a hearing aid clinic in both Portland locations. One of the locations is in Clackamas, across from Clackamas Town Center, and then the other one is in Aloha on TV Highway. We're going to have that open house open to the public 24th and 25th.
August 24th and 25th. Okay.
So we'll be, it's more like a hearing aid clinic. We'll be conducting exams, complimentary hearing exams. We can also, at this clinic, we can demonstrate the technology. You can
Right.
actually go
That
in
TV
and
technology
you can
you were
actually go
talking
in
about,
and they can show you how it works. You can listen for yourself and see how great they are. See how
Very
wonderful
cool.
they are.
Yeah, no, I mean, just amazing stuff that's going on in your industry. And if people want more information, they can go to allamericanhearing.com or call your phone number 503-653-9155. And it sounds like also if people purchase a wireless hearing aid, you're going to be giving away.
We'll be giving away one of these units, the wireless units, and that's a $795 value.
Wow,
So.
amazing. Well, Chrissy, thanks so much for coming in, because I know this is really useful for a lot of our viewers out there who probably have these dealing with the same types of issues. So thanks again for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Jake, what's coming up next?
Still to come on Student